What's going on, my creative collective? Welcome to your daily reading, your daily creative reading for May 10th. We are going to dive right in. Let's do this, okay? So I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. Okay, so we're going to dive in with the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. Spirit, what messages do you have for my daily creatives for May 10th, please? Divine discernment. Step back to find clarity. There's a Mercury Retrograde statement if I've ever heard one. I'm going to put those back. You are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. Afterglow. Land gracefully. I think this is about, I'm hearing graceful Mercury, graceful communication. So divine discernment. Step back to find clarity. Okay. And then we also have, you are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. 111 on the time. And then we also have afterglow. Land gracefully. Yeah, again, I feel like I'm hearing graceful Mercury, and I don't know why. Graceful Mercury. I'm also hearing two sides to stories, because I was envisioning Mercury and just the Gemini as well in that. Interesting. Maybe something to keep in mind today, just to temper your communication, take a breather, and understand that there's usually two sides, sometimes more than that, right? When we think about multidimensionality, oh my goodness, does that ever come out in communication, right? So, whoops. Spirit, what messages do you have for my daily creatives, please? So we have justice and we have the moon. Something about your truth is going to be important today, I feel. Your truth, the truths you tell yourself. Both cards here have moons on the back, so this could be something related to the full moon coming up on the 16th. At least on my calendar, it shows it being the 16th. It could be different elsewhere, like wherever else you are in the world. So it could be the 15th or 16th is what I'm saying. We also have death. I'm getting a lot of things happening under the moon at night. So I'm thinking it might be good to guard your sleep a little bit in terms of giving yourself more time to do it. This could also reflect upset sleep, which has been a big theme for me for the past several months. Yeah, big time. I feel like you're choosing something that makes you feel closer to the light. Like in terms of, you don't have to hide parts of yourself. You don't have to hide like parts of your heart or however this resonates for you. Like there's something that you don't have to hide anymore. Because I see you on this staircase going towards the light as opposed to the shadow. So I feel like there's a truth that's emerging in you. That maybe you kept a little close. Maybe you played it a little close. Not because it's something you didn't trust or you didn't trust yourself, but just I think that, you were accustomed to truths needing to be held really tightly to you or close to you. This could also just be a truth that's important to you, right? The death is like the transformation energy for me here. This is also Scorpio. So far we have Libra, the 7th house. We have the moon and Pisces. And that for me is This is also, I mean, in a way it's Cancerian energy, but the Chariot's more Cancer. But this is Pisces energy. So that is 12th house. And then the Death is Scorpio and the 8th house. Liberatory transformation of something that was hiding a little bit deep inside you that maybe even you were unaware of, right? With the Tower from yesterday, it may have come as a bit of a shock to you to realize this about yourself. So that's how emotions work sometimes, right? So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Could be a truth about someone. And we also have, we have the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like a recognition of something or someone that's bringing you back into balance here. There's a lot of earth energy, which is very grounded. It's very grounded energy. And I think it's just healthy. Ace of Pentacles in the exact same spot as yesterday. Interesting. I do like that there's a lot of pentacle energy because this, you know, this moon energy, this Piscean energy, this scorpionic energy can feel really outside of our reach and our grasp. And I'm getting that this is you grounding things. So then we have the Two of Wands here. What are you planning for? Where are you planning on going? Where are you going, my daily creatives? What's going on here? This is also the day that we kind of kick off Mercury Retrograde as well. So keep that in mind too. Okay. The Chariot. Oh, I love that. The Chariot was in the challenge position yesterday. So I like that this is like, it's almost like making plans, like we're making plans to move forward. And then the Triumph is the moving forward. And then we have Judgment. And we have the Page of Cups. I really like this energy for you. My daily creative. So we have Justice and the Moon and Death in the top. That's sort of the energy that's kicking everything off today. It could just be like a feeling of, you know, you could be picking up on collective feelings about Mercury retrogrades, because I feel like now it's sort of entered common vernacular where when it kicks off, you kind of feel like it, you know, this week we have a Friday the 13th as well. So some people might, you know, you might pick up on that day and it might be like, ugh, right? You might feel a little bit unsteady, but it has less to do with your energy and more to do with you picking up on collective conceptualizations of what that's supposed to mean. So in terms of this, I do see a lot of pentacles down here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So just thematically speaking, it's a really good call to ground and balance your energy today. Just to ground and balance your energy today. Now, in terms of the specifics of the cards, I feel like there is this transformation of something, some truth that you, it's not that you kept it hidden from yourself, because that's not what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing more so that it's sort of like a liberatory truth. And I say liberatory because the Judgment card is here, which is like an inner liberation. Like there's something, you're freeing yourself in some way. You're freeing yourself in some capacity. And the Knight of Pentacles here and the Six of Pentacles, there's like balanced forward movement. This is showing up in the protagonist position. So whatever you do today or this week, be sure to just pace yourself. This could also be someone coming in that's encouraging you to do that, and it's giving you a real sense of comfort and ease in doing that. So this is very, it's very good energy. This could just be like having a sort of spiritual running buddy or someone that you talk to or consult with and say, hey, what do you think of this? Like, what do you think of this week? Right? Like, I don't know what to make of this. And what do you think? It's just, that could be that as, you know, and I think this is showing up in the protagonist position because I think this is sort of where you might resist sharing things that are really important to share this week, right? Or you might resist the ebb and flow of things today and ongoing again this week. So I think just be sure that we are staying balanced, that you're staying grounded too, because that's going to be an important way that you transmute energy. And the Ace of Pentacles here is opportunity knocking again, right? Opportunity knocking again. And I think that this is showing up in the position of things that could become a tower. And I think if we neglect the need to take things slowly, it can really, I think it could I don't want to say blow up in our face, but it could provide some pause or some like feedback that makes us kind of go, whoa, right? So just taking things slowly, pace yourself, make sure that you're listening to your guides, make sure that you're listening to your inner wisdom. Judgment's here, right? Judgment. Because I think that this is a time to savor. Like, this is also a savoring card, right? We can do that during a retrograde periods because it allows us to reflect in a way that helps us to see the present more clearly and to encompass broader truths that don't just touch the past, but that also speak to what we hope to see, right? So all of this starts to come together and get integrated because then you go into planning mode. And I think the challenge is that there's so much of a blank slate here that I think you might be overwhelmed a little bit. You might be inclined to feel overwhelmed by how much how much is possible, right? But then the triumph over that is that we begin to move forward. And I think we begin to move forward in a very integrated way, right? A lot of forward moving energy, but I feel like you've got it all. You've got it all right where you need it to be, and it's coming from an authentic place. It's coming from a grounded place. This strikes me as very centered solar plexus healing energy or healed energy. And I think the Judgment card is here to reflect this sort of inner wisdom and listening to your guides and that divine discernment, right? This strikes me as very similar, if not the same message, just in different cards, right? Divine discernment. So listening to your guides today, and trusting them, right? Trusting them and remembering that every day is an invitation to a deeper part of ourselves, or to meet ourselves in joy, to meet others in joy, to meet ourselves, to meet our emotional worlds with things like that. So I think keeping that in mind as well. And that's where I'm getting this like the grace of Mercury, right? Mercury's grace, Mercury's good graces. We have the Page of Cups here, which tends to be loving offers. This to me is maybe someone or some realization about something that was tugging at your heart that maybe you weren't fully aware of, or there's something along those lines that comes to the fore and you're just, I think it's kind of building on a theme this week, but that could be the theme that's starting to emerge in these readings so far. But I think that this is you getting into that place of comfort with your emotions. And this could be you beginning to 12:22 on the time. So this is like you getting to a place of comfort with offering your emotions and offering the totality of them without fear or without things that were as fearful to you. Right? It's interesting to me that the two colors of these are our energy centers, but they've flipped. So it's almost like something about your heart space is giving you a will to do something. And there's something about your solar plexus that is, will coming from the heart, action that is heart centered and aligned. So an action, because the red here represents Mars, right? And Aries energy, which is taking action, moving forward. So I think that's really beautiful energy to kick this day off. Now let's clarify with the traditional Rider-Waite as we do, and we'll dive in here. Spirit, what messages do you have to clarify this reading for my daily creatives for May 10th, please? May 10th. Whoa. So we have the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. I'm hearing a song, I Will Be Waiting for You. I don't know. It was like a flash of a song and then it was just gone. It struck me as something from the 90s or 80s though. Okay, I don't know. Spirit, can you clear that please? Thank you. It kept looping in my head like one line. So 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Oh, wow. Uncertainty, maybe. I think that there's, I feel like there's something that's, I think a little bit confusing because maybe you're just not used to this level. So we have the 7 of Cups and we have the 9 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and the Lover's card. So that's what just came out in that particular row there. I'm getting that there's a lot of options that are coming in, but there may be a little bit of and not great stuff happening with the Five of Swords here. Like, it just strikes me as a little bit of like underhanded pettiness and things like that. So I think that could have to do with this. And then the Lovers is coming out with this Mercury energy. So I'm getting, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm getting the impression that there's some ways that you may find things out. You may find some things out that have been happening. Specific with the Judgment and the Page of Cups here, like it could be related to things that you were hoping for in terms of, heart-centered or heart space related stuff. Yeah, and not overly. It's not horrible. It's just, I think that this could also just be a need to be right about your Nine of Cups, like a need to be right and like determined and win at all costs. And then the Lovers, I think, is here to remind you to come back into balance and that there's higher choices that you can make specific, not just like this is connections, this is relationships, this is a whole bunch of other things, right? So I think it's just a reminder that there are higher choices that you can make in search of, what it is that you most want. And not to fall, like, don't fall into the feeling like you have to respond to every fight you're invited to or to every dramatic thing you're invited to. You can say no. Right? Like you can say no, thank you, because you're in this space. So I think it's important just to recognize that that can be the case. This could also just be you reflecting on things related to Mercury retrograde that you used to be in an energy like this, if that's the case. And then you're reflecting on the journey to the Nine of Cups, and that's giving you more options. And it's also opening up some kind of connection and relationship for you. That's where I see this in more of a relationship sense as opposed to a choice. So it's maybe reflecting on past choices about love, and then we're suddenly aware of what we really want. Justice, Two of Wands, Chariot, clarifying this particular set of cards here. So this is kind of like ultimate truth in terms of the quote by Seneca just went through my head. Success is when preparation meets opportunity. And I feel like there's no better card delineation than this. Success is when preparation meets opportunity. And I feel like you just, it's like there's something you've prepared for, but maybe you didn't realize that you were preparing for it, because this is a lot of stuck energy. So it's almost like the pain that you went through had a purpose. Like the pain that you went through, the some kind of betrayal you went through, the upset that you went through, it has a purpose. It's serving a purpose for you, and not in terms of like, transactional, because you can't do that with spirit. You just really can't do that with spirit. It's cute. It's cute. Isn't it though, when we try that, when we sink into that energy and get even close to it, Spirit's like, no. So we have the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands. So that's the new, right? Oh, and the Ace of Cups as well. Hey, I think that's this is the whole bunch of new, like whole bunch of new, where it's like success and preparation meet opportunity. Your pain had a purpose. And I think you're going to find that today or this week, you're going to have opportunities show up on your doorstep. Perhaps I'm hearing maybe even this month, that allow you to see this in a much broader way. Right? This is like big picture, I think. I feel like this is like big picture thinking. The interconnectedness of everything, and also the sort of the ability to manifest anything. You're seeing creativity everywhere. The Ace of Cups to me also represents that sort of compassion. This is new relationships. This is emotional connection and awareness within yourself too. So it's like this really is where, success is where preparation meets yeah. It's not luck. I'm hearing it's not luck. Two of Wands again. On the Moon and the Knight of Pentacles. I think this is important for you to ground what it is that you most desire. What it is that you most desire, ground it, because everything you think about it is planning for something. Everything you think about it is planning for something. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Then you go into this place of knowing for sure what it is you want. And the Hierophant, again, this is like being committed to the path and the outcome. And I think this is also a sort of teaching energy that we can step into. But I feel like this might be a bit of an initiation for you. An initiation. Maybe there are things that you didn't think were possible for you, right? Maybe you didn't think that there were things that were possible. But then I feel like this is your guides communicating to you again, right? This is This is Sag's card, and this is Archangel Michael. So I feel like you're you're coming to a place where you're able to hear these messages because you do see this as a more initiative process. And I almost see like this as baptismal waters, like you're being baptized by your guides for the path ahead and for the journey ahead. And this is also, I think, an aspect of turning the pain into something more purposeful and balanced for you, for your path and your journey. So this is beautiful energy. Spirit, what other messages do you have for my creative collective, please, for May 10th? Wow. So we have the 10 of Cups, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Empress and the 8 of Cups. Whatever it is that you're slowing down to really consider here with the Knight of Pentacles, whatever that slowdown is, I think this really does bring in a ton of fulfillment. And perhaps a little bit unassumingly, because we don't think of it in terms of slow down to speed up, but I really feel like that's the case here. The Empress is just this beautifully embodied, sensuous energy that is about, this integrated wisdom of different parts of you in terms of, because that's what the Empress is like the integration of the queens, right? The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Swords. So this, deep knowing what you want, being unafraid of acting on inspiration around it, while also being charged up by how you feel because you're so in tune and aware of that, and you have great clarity on what to do next, and then you're off to the races. This is also striking me somewhat as eclipse energy, and in my opinion, that's I'm seeing that there's something that could be related to activations around that time, and I'll go over all of the different signs and houses that I see in here too. Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective, please, for May 10th? Ace of Pentacles, we have the 7 of Wands, Fool, Page of Swords, Devil. You may want to just leap forward, but I feel like people may have opinions, and I think that you need to integrate and sort of make sure that you're standing strong, you're standing firm in what it is that's that you want, and you're standing firm in your own truth here, and you're moving forward. This is forward movement, and I think the Devil energy here is the stories that we tell ourselves, but where do we inherit those stories from? And I think that we inherit those stories from situations that maybe make us need boundaries or better boundaries, situations that, where people have a thing or two to say about what we want to do. And it's not about, running over people in a way that ignores their needs and their feelings, but I think this Fool energy here is about a leap that you're taking, right? And the Page of Swords is forward movement. This is also sort of, insights that we get. This is like observing people and situations for more information, right? And, it can be, that kind of stuff happening online, but this is also more so, I think this is about observing situations and people and your responses to them before you react, right? Before you react and before you take a huge leap into a specific action or reaction, more so specifically with the Devil here, I think this is you taking a minute and just pausing. And I think that's where it's like Mercury actually ends up being some kind of grace for you, because you're reflecting. And in this reflection period and in anticipation of this energy, it's helping you to move forward on something. But that is yet to be uncovered. So that may be for tomorrow. I'm going to pull from the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection by Mike Dooley for you this week, my loves. No two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. I think this is this is an important message, not to compare ourselves to others on the path, and to compare where at with where others are at, because we begin to see that it's not like, that's not the point of the journey. The journey is to share in exchange. It's very 6 of Pentacles, right? Like we're sharing gifts. It's not, It's more of a sharing energy as opposed to a fixed energy like that. Hubba. Okay, I'm going to read this card to you. You know that dreamy look of deep, soulful love you've sometimes seen in the eyes of another as they gazed into your own? Expect a lot more of it. Yeah, so I think this is, there's reasons to be excited a little bit if you are looking for love, if that's what's on your mind. Okay, those all just fell out. I'll take all 3, I guess. I think there's reasons to be excited here. So I surrender my desires and know the universe has my back. It's okay to let go and let the universe do its thing. Peace is in my pulse. So take a breath. Take a breath or two. And my presence is my power. Yeah. we can get disconnected and sort of tossed about by the different things happening, but I think this is really important for you to know. It's important for you to know that the present moment holds the key to your peace. So that is your message for today, my darling daily creatives. If this resonated, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel, and I just really like doing this and offering this knowledge. So thank you so much for joining me here. I'm very, very grateful. And if you want to connect, there are other ways to do so on different videos. But if this is where we part, my daily creatives, I hope that you have a fantastic day wherever you find this, morning, afternoon, or night, wherever it meets you on the time-space continuum. I hope it finds you well and surrounded by so much love. Take care, my darlings. Bye.